So hi everybody, this is Colin White from Martechers with another segment of the Martech Minute. And today I'm happy to be joined by Val Tsanev. He's the founder and CEO of ConferencePulse. Thanks for joining me today, Val.
Hi Colin, thank you. Thank you for having me.
So ConferencePulse, it is a conference intelligence platform. Tell us a little bit about what that is.
Yeah, sure. So Colin, ConferencePulse, as you mentioned, it's an events intelligence platform, and we help with conference professionals with deal sourcing, with competitive intelligence, as well as sales and marketing intelligence.
Okay. So who's the typical target market for the platform?
So currently, our platform is heavily used by sponsors and exhibitors to see where their competitors are, which trade shows they're sponsoring, which trade shows they're exhibiting at, which conferences they're sponsoring. Also, our platform is used by conference organizers, and they use it to find the right sponsors for their events.
Okay.
So imagine it's almost like a huge database, and our long-term vision and mission is to become the Bloomberg of the events, B2B events industry. Interesting.
So who's a typical user? Say I'm a large B2B technology company. That's where most of my clients are in my experience, and I want to find the right trade shows to go to in 2018. So how would I use your platform?
So once you log into our platform, we have several verticals. One of them is the conference tab. So essentially those are tabs. Imagine several tabs. Then we have speakers tab. We have venues tab, sponsors and exhibitors tab. So if, for example, what you just mentioned, you're looking for upcoming conferences, and I want to make sure that we're clear that we define conferences pretty broadly. That includes trade shows and expos.
Okay.
So basically, if you're looking for all the upcoming trade shows and conferences in 2018 in the information technology industry that have more than 200 attendees, more than 500 exhibitors, and, for example, less than 10 speakers, then you can actually go and filter those parameters, and then you're going to get exactly the list of those conferences.
Okay. So I can see that being a very useful tool for competitive intelligence, or if you're a startup and you're looking for the right events to exhibit at based on where your competitors are. How about in terms of, can you use it as well for finding venues for your own events? So say I want to do a road show and I would need to pick 5 cities across the country to have 100 people. Would your platform help with that?
Yes, so we also have a venue vertical as well. We have about 3,000 venues on our platform, so you can do exactly that. You can go there, Colin, and you can say, I'm looking for venues in New York City that, for example, or any city that can host more than 1,000 attendees. Can you show me all the venues that can do that? I have done that in the past. And then, for example, here in New York City, where we're based, you're going to get the usual suspects. You're going to get Javits Center. You're going to get all these convention centers. And then once you click on them, you're going to be able to see which events have been hosted by the Javits Center. So this way, not only you get high-level data on, okay, so I know that the Javits Center can host my event with more than 1,000 attendees, but actually I can see specifically which events have been hosted and how many sponsors, exhibitors, and attendees those events had.
Okay. And I think I read on your site that you're a platform that is part of the database. There's also contact information in there as well, correct?
Correct. That's correct. So we have the key contacts for sponsors. So for example, IBM and Microsoft, we have the key contacts within Microsoft that you can contact directly, who tend to be the decision makers for potential sponsorships, approving sponsorships for events, or focusing on the event marketing department of Microsoft or IBM or whoever the case may be.
Okay. And so it's an online service. The licensing is on a per user basis?
That's correct. Per user per month. And currently we started monetizing the platform only 3 months ago. And we have come out to the market with an introductory pricing of $125 per month per user, billed annually at $1,500.
Okay, great. Anything else you'd like to add before we sign off here?
So first of all, I'm very excited. Thank you for giving me the opportunity, Colin, to discuss ConferencePulse. We're very excited about what we're working on. We do feel there is a huge white space in the industry when it comes to data. And we feel very strongly that data is a very powerful element in the events industry. I personally have a very quant background, and the reason why I got involved with ConferencePulse is because in my past life, when I used to work for Wall Street, actually, I worked for Credit Suisse for many years. one of the many things I had to do is manage their events portfolio, and it was very difficult for me to find the right sponsors, to compare sponsors for Credit Suisse, to find conferences for Credit Suisse to sponsor, because obviously it's an international bank, so they were doing both. And that was a big challenge. And what we're building now is exactly that analytical platform that I think is currently missing in the market, and I think is going to add a ton of value to the industry.
Yeah, I can tell you from my own experience managing, planning and managing events for some of the B2B technology companies that I've been involved with. It can be a huge time suck trying to find all of the different venues, trying to find where your competitors are going. So I can definitely see the benefit in having all of that data at your fingertips. Yeah,
and Colin, the last point I would like to make, and to exactly that point, I think that benchmarking and comparison part that we're bringing into the market, it's very innovative, and this is what our current clients and prospective clients have told us they're looking for. Like to your point, like finding and comparing sponsors, right, and seeing how I'm doing versus my competitors.
Well, thanks very much for joining us, Val. So for those of you in the audience, if you want to take a look at ConferencePulse, I would suggest you visit their website. It's www.conferencepulse.com. Val Tsanev, the CEO and founder of ConferencePulse, thanks very much for joining us today.
Thank you, Colin. Appreciate it. Appreciate your time, and I hope to hear from your audience. We're here.
Okay, sounds great. Thanks, Val.
Okay, thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.